Hey, what's with you guys? Didn't I give you a big salad yesterday?
If you're not careful, we're going to put you on a diet before we give you back.
Or make you go out and hunt for your own supper.
I don't think Tony trained them too well.
Hey, mind your manners. It's not nice to wolf down your greens.
3, 2, 1. Contact is the secret, is the moment when everything happens. Contact is the answer, is the reason why everything happens. Contact. Let's make contact. 3, 2, 1. Contact.
Okay, today we're going to talk about animal food. Dinner is served.
I'm going to miss these guys when Tony gets back from vacation and takes them home again.
You know, I'm really glad you said that, because I sort of decided that we should have a permanent pet.
Besides me?
Got any ideas?
Well, I stopped by at the pet store on the corner, and I told the guy that we wanted something gentle, easy to take care of, and friendly, right?
Maybe a cat.
Hey, how about a boa constrictor? You give it a mouse every once in a while, and it goes to sleep for the rest of the time.
I'll get it.
Bashkim, I was just talking to Lisa and Mark, and I told them how I went down to the pet store.
Hello, everybody. This is my friend Mariah.
Oh, hi, Mariah. Nice doggy.
Well, she's a 2-year-old wolf.
A wolf? You mean like in Grandma, what big teeth you have, that kind of wolf?
Yes. She's a very gentle and shy wolf. And besides, I raised her from a pup.
Would she be all right in the workshop? I mean, she...
Yeah, no
Sure.
problem.
Okay, well, come on in.
Come on, Mariah.
How do you train a wolf?
Very carefully.
Yes. With affection and food reward. Like people, wolves like to learn that way, too.
So you train her with food?
Yes. And also praise and a pat once in a while as a reward. Mariah, sit. Good girl.
Oh.
You said she was real gentle and shy. Are all wolves like that?
Yes, and also the pacing behavior shows that they are shy and timid. They usually pace around and look around the environment to make sure everything's okay, and they become comfortable at some point or another.
Hey, Lisa, you've been pretty quiet. What's eating you?
Nothing, I hope.
Don't worry, she won't have you for dessert.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, in fairy tales and in stories, wolves are always the bad guys.
Right, and also they always make the wolves attack people.
Yeah.
Which is wrong. They don't. They're very gentle and sweet animals.
I guess she is a nice girl. But I kind of prefer my animals to be little and helpless. Know what I mean?
So does Mariah sometimes.
Some of the biggest animals on Earth are here, and some of the smallest. Some are fed by the truckload, others by the teaspoon. But this lady has to make sure every animal has the right amount of food. She's Liz Russo, doctor of veterinary medicine, here at the Bronx Zoo in New York. When I first got here, I could hardly believe that anyone so young could be a real animal doctor. But as I went with her on her rounds, I realized that she's totally comfortable in this world. She knows about every animal we came in contact with, and she really cares. They seem to know it, and they trust her.
This is our brooder room where the baby birds are taken care of by Jean. Jean, this is Lisa.
Hi. So you take care of feeding all the little birds?
Yes, I do. And some birds eat fruit, so we cut up little pieces of banana and grape and make a little fruit. Those are really tiny pieces. What are those for? Those are for the pitter, the fairy bluebird, which just hatched 2 days ago.
The younger the bird, the smaller the piece he gets?
Right. Yeah, you can't give a bird a piece that's too large, otherwise it can't swallow it. If the larger the mouth gets, then we can make the pieces larger.
Yeah.
Until eventually, when they're adults, some of these birds can eat whole mice or whole rats.
How often do you feed them?
Most of the birds get fed about every 2 hours.
So you really have to be careful with them.
Yes,
Make sure you feed them.
we constantly watch their weights.
To take care of an animal this big, you need Bill Liggett. He's Tuss's keeper and trainer. How much do the elephants eat?
300 pounds in a day. And
300 pounds? What?
And the two little guys, they're eating about 150 pounds apiece a day.
Is this all they eat?
No, in the evenings we give them some fruits and vegetables as well, carrots and apples.
Yeah?
And then in the morning they get a breakfast treat of some grain.
Say
How much does Mariah eat?
I usually feed Mariah 6 to 8 cups of dry food a day.
That's probably the difference between a tame and a wild wolf. She gets to eat regularly.
Yeah.
You mean she couldn't in the wild? Couldn't she just go out and grab whatever she wanted?
Who's gonna argue with a wolf?
Wild carnivores eat whenever they can.
Ah, so they have to hunt for their food. And since they can't run very fast for very long, I guess they lose out a lot.
You mean you can run away from a wolf?
Well, you probably couldn't, but a healthy deer can.
I didn't know that.
Well, after several days without food, they get hungry.
What did you call her before? A carnivore? Well, I thought she was a wolf.
Well, carne in Spanish means meat, so I guess carnivore must mean meat eater.
Right, there are 3 kinds of animals. Meat eaters like wolves and hawks.
And lions.
Tigers?
And sharks and rhinos.
No, rhinos don't eat meat. Neither do I.
Well, then that makes you a herbivore, a plant eater.
Yeah, well, it works for me.
There's also to the company like cows and goats and gorillas.
You mean King Kong really went ape over his leafy green vegetables?
I think it's a lot easier to be a plant eater. I mean, there's no chance of a leaf of lettuce running away from you.
Deer eat plants. They're always looking for leaves and roots, especially in the winter.
Wolves are on the lookout, too, for deer.
Wolves like to hunt in packs. They take turns chasing a deer until he's exhausted. Then they move in for the kill. Isn't easy to find. In the wild, wolves are always on the alert.
It must take a lot of energy to be a carnivore.
Yeah, sometimes wolves can't kill as much food as they need. Did you know that the size of a wolf pack depends on how much food they can find?
Really?
If there's not enough food to go around, the pack will have fewer pups.
Pups are born in the spring and nurse with their mother for a few months. Then, like the rest of the pack, they learn to eat meat.
we should reward Mariah for sitting here. Think she'd like these leftovers?
Sure.
Here, give them to her.
Go ahead, Mariah.
See those pointed teeth?
The ones in the front there?
Yes, they're designed to tear the flesh, and also the teeth are designed to get the bone and break them.
Wow, that's impressive.
The better to eat you with, my dear.
The better to eat deer with, my dear.
Hey, where's that longhorn skull I brought back from the desert?
It's right up there.
Oh, there it is. See this? It's got a whole different kind of teeth. These teeth are good for grinding. They're good for munching on grass.
The better to eat plants with, my dear.
Well, I guess in nature somebody's got to eat the spinach.
Well, I think we all need plants, Mark. It's the basic food for all animals.
Whether you just nibble on a salad or make a pig of yourself. Wait, I'm confused about something. Didn't you say wolves are, what'd you say, carnivores?
Yes.
Well, didn't you also say that you feed her dry dog food?
Yes.
Well, I feed that to my dog Jackie at home. And I've looked at the label, and it says that it's made mostly of corn and soybeans. Now, that doesn't sound much like a meat-eater's diet to me.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, I am a vegetarian, but my dog will not eat lettuce.
Well, soybean has plenty of protein.
How does that work for wild animals?
My dog eats a few blades of grass now and then.
Yeah, how do wolves get their vegetables?
Well, when a wolf gets his prey, he first starts off with the stomach. Within the stomach, there are indigested grass and blades of grass, and that's how he goes.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross.
Well, you did ask me.
So really, carnivores eat both meat and vegetables.
But not directly.
If they did, we'd call them omnivores.
So people are omnivores.
Yes.
Not everyone.
Hey, bears are. They eat fish and berries and nuts.
Raccoons are omnivores, too.
And rats.
Yeah, well, some animals will eat anything you put in front of them.
It says here that this tiny shrew has to eat its own weight in food every 24 hours to satisfy its energy needs. Imagine what a shrew would eat if he was as big as a person.
Why don't you try imagining what that guy wants?
What'll it be, mister?
Yes. Give me 3 gallons of milk, 83 hamburgers, 9 quarts of cottage cheese, 1 ham and cheese submarine sandwich whole to mayo, 14 mushroom pizzas, 18 heads of lettuce, 10 jars of applesauce, 15 large orders of fries, 27 oranges, 3 apple pies, 8 cheesecakes, and a chocolate milkshake.
Will you eat it here, or do you want it to go?
Here, and make it snappy, will you? I haven't eaten in almost an hour.
How much does a wild wolf eat?
Well, she eats as much as she can.
Is that why we hear so much about wolves being dangerous?
Yeah, don't they bother farmers even though they don't eat people?
Well, they basically go for wild creatures like rabbits, squirrels, and especially beavers.
Well, I guess everything has something it likes to eat.
And usually something that likes to eat it. Have you ever heard of Nzima?
Does it itch?
Nzima. It's a famous spring in Tsavo National Park.
Where's that?
In Kenya.
It looks empty to me. Why is it so famous?
Actually, the spring is more crowded than the country around it. That's why it's famous. So many African animals gather here. It's a good place to watch a food chain in action.
What's a food chain?
You know, one animal eats plants, another animal eats him, another animal eats plants, another animal eats him.
Gotcha.
Anyhow, more animals come to this spring than you'd expect in one place in this part of the world.
But what makes this spring so special?
Would you believe hippos?
If they look honest.
Seriously, the hippos come here because they have to spend the day in water. They can't stand the hot sun. Besides, they get to play with their friends. Then at night, they go out on the plain to graze. hippo can eat over 100 pounds of grass a night.
That's a lot of greens.
And it makes a lot of dung. When they come back to the water with their bellies full of that good Kenya grass, they drop their dung in the water.
Disgusting.
To you, maybe, but to a lot of fish, it's terrific. The hippo dung provides food for a lot of the fish here, and that's why the life around this spring is so amazingly rich. To eat the animals that eat the fish, that eat the dung, that
swallowed the cat, that ate the rat.
You got it. Everybody on the menu at Mzima.
Heartwarming. And all because the hippos have such active bowels.
There must be a better way to say that, Mark, but it's true. You know, you almost have me convinced that Mariah'd make a great pet.
Actually, wolves are not good pets. No wild animal is a good pet.
Then why do you have her?
Well, dogs are descended from wolves. And I do seminars and I try to educate the public that if they understand the wolf's behavior, they could appreciate and understand the dog's behavior. And I go to different colleges and talk on this subject.
Well, if we can't have a wolf, how about a raccoon?
No, too wild. Also too mischievous.
A guinea pig?
Too dumb.
A bloodhound?
Too smart.
Whenever there's trouble, we're there on the double. We're the bloodhound gang. If you got the crime, we've got the time. We're the bloodhound gang.
Bloodhound Detective Agency?
Mr. Bloodhound sure has a lot of disguise in his closet. How do I look?
Like you got a shoe shine at the wrong end. Bloodhound Detective Agency, whenever there's trouble, we're there on the double. Mr. Bloodhound isn't here. An educated what? Yes, right away. That's a new one.
What's an educated what?
Pig. That's what she said. An educated pig.
Pigs is smart. Animals don't hardly come any brainier. And Rosie's the smartest I ever growed up.
Rosie. I'll change the name, no pizzazz. Empress Antoinette! The pig with the college education.
Calm down, Pop. She hasn't said a word yet.
Pigs can't talk. But Rosie's full of book learning, answers questions, the multiple choice kind. Scores about 87%, Rosie does.
Fantastic! Hey!
Well,
See why I called you? Pop would buy the Brooklyn Bridge if I'd lend him the money.
I gotta fix a flat on my truck. Listen, ask Rosie any confounded thing you got in mind, too. She'll squeal the right answer. I'll be back directly.
Showtime, Empress! Let me think.
Slip out. Better shadow her. Put this in your pocket. The glare will blind her.
Okay. What was the name of my last show? A, Hamlet. B, Charlie's Aunt. C, the Soapy Set Special. See how famous I am? She knew. How'd you know my last show? It was 2 years ago.
3.
How fast does a big league player throw a baseball? About 28 miles an hour? About 40 miles an hour? About 95 miles an hour? Right on.
We'll make a fortune! Get on all the talk shows. Las Vegas. My name in lights again. Soapy Suds and his Wonder Pig.
Don't you think she ought to get top billing?
Rotten kid. Come on, friend. All she's asking for the poker is $4,000. I'll pay you back.
Cool it, Pop.
We'll offer her half. $3,000.
That's half. I'll go $200. Take it or leave it.
She's not changing her tires, Zach? She's sitting in a truck flipping through books? Listen, can you see her clearly from where you are now?
Yup. No, she hasn't recognized me.
All right, don't hang up. Let me know if you see something.
Okay.
What kind of sound does an owl make when it flies? None? A slapping sound?
A slapping sound. 100% right. Right?
Wrong.
She looks like she got a sudden earache. She's getting out of the truck.
Got another dime, Zach?
Yeah?
Call the cops. I don't have time.
Owls, schmowls. Of course they slap their wings. You think I only read variety?
But their feathers are specially constructed so as not to make a sound in the air. It helps them surprise their prey.
Oh, you hear that, Empress? Next time, get it right.
Pet City, I want to know something about animal collars.
The death in Rosie. We shall stop traffic. I'll sue.
Kids, what are you gonna do? Forget it. Look, you gotta take a little less for the pig. She flunked owls. The best we can do is 200 smackers.
Cash money?
Cash.
Sold. But I'm not throwing in a crown, not even a collar.
Terrific. Hurry. Get the money.
If you say so, Pop.
Hold on. It's a swindle.
Are you trying to ruin my career?
Miss Grungy was cueing the pig to squeal at the answers.
Who is this impertinent child?
Bloodhound Detective Agency. Rosie was bugged. Look, a microphone. It picked up our voices, and a transmitter broadcast our questions to Miss Grungy in her truck. All she had to do was listen in on her so-called hearing aid.
Go fiddle, faddle. Little Miss Bloodhound, palm that in there to frame me.
When that receiver dropped out of your left ear, I noticed you didn't put it back in the same ear. You forgot yourself. I figured you might not really be hard of hearing, just pretending. That isn't a hearing aid. It's a device for listening to our questions from the truck.
But the pig answered the questions.
You'd squeal, too, if you were wearing that collar. It's a training collar for dogs. It gives very small shocks. Remote control. All Miss Grungy had to do was press a button on her transmitter. There's a receiver built into the collar that picks up the signal and switches on the electric shock. That collar's loaded with electronics.
I don't have to stand for this bad mouthing. I'm leaving.
Sally, didn't know you were back in town?
I'm clean, Henderson.
Sally, you're not peddling educated pigs again, are you?
Oh,
I'd better take it along as evidence.
oh dang it.
Bloodhound does it again, huh?
Deer eat plants. They're always looking for leaves and roots, especially in the winter. Wolves are on the lookout, too, for deer. Today we've been looking at how some animals get their energy, by eating plants that capture solar energy, or by eating other animals that eat plants. Thanks a lot for coming by. That was really fun.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye now.
Bye, we enjoyed it.
Sometime. Nice.
Well, could we get a kitten?
You gonna change the litter box?
Well, how about a puppy?
You gonna walk it?
Well, if we can't have a real wolf, why not a werewolf?
I don't even want to think about what they eat. No. 321 Contact is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.
It's a game show. It's a geography lesson. It's a mystery. It's the search for Carmen Sandiego, and it continues today at 4:30. Now stick around for Square One TV.